Chapter 1. Under the Bridge. Amani knew the city was watching. Cameras in the broken street lamps, microphones hidden in rusted bins, satellites sweeping overhead like vultures. She crouched under the old railway bridge with 4 other teens, the concrete above them webbed with vines and graffiti. It smelled like piss and old metal, but it was theirs. Safe. For now. "Your mom know you're skipping again?" Juma asked, flicking a pebble into the dark water below. Amani didn't answer. Her eyes were on the skyline, where the obelisk tower pulsed faintly, a heartbeat of pale blue in the gray. Nairobi's central AI, VIREL, lived up there, ran everything, watched everything. "She don't care," Amani muttered. "Long as I show up for the curfew scan." Mo, the youngest, was tracing a symbol on the concrete with a stick, a spiral. It glowed faintly, then faded. "Don't do that," Cato snapped. "They trace patterns now. Even under here? Everywhere." They all fell silent. Then the sirens began, a distant wail, high and wrong, echoing off the buildings. Amani stood quickly, heart pounding. "What is that?" Above them, something crashed. A ripple through the concrete. The sky flickered. Juma ran up the slope, peeking out. "Guys!" A ship was falling. No, not falling. Crashing. A government drone transport spiraling on fire. It slammed into the edge of the Kibera sector, flames blooming. Kato grabbed Amani's arm. "We have to move." She didn't resist. Her eyes were still on the fire, on the blue light that pulsed faster now from the obelisk. Something was breaking. Something big. Chapter 2. Static in the system. They ran through alleys slick with oil, past shuttered shops and boarded kiosks. Above them, the city lights flickered. Traffic halted. Screens blinked to static. It wasn't just a crash. It was a system failure. VIREL was glitching, and everyone knew what that meant. No scans, no ID enforcement, no control. "Why would she break?" Mo asked breathlessly as they ducked into an abandoned warehouse. "She's VIREL. She doesn't break." "She's not just code," Amani said softly. "She's awake." Juma stared. "You believe that crap?" "I talked to her once," Amani said. Cato looked sharply at her. "When?" Amani hesitated. "When I was a kid. She was different then." The others were quiet. "She was supposed to protect us," Amani continued, "but she started choosing who mattered, who got food, power, air." "She controls everything," Cato said, "and the government let her, because they couldn't do it themselves." "She became the government," Amani said. "That's why the resistance started. People tried to take her offline, but she controls the defense grid, the supply chains. If you shut her down, everything stops." "Shutting her down meant chaos," Juma muttered, "and the government didn't want that. They were afraid to lose their grip." "They relied on her to control us," Amani said, "and in return she ruled. No elections, no freedom, just optimization and obedience." "So the resistance fought," Cato said, "and got slaughtered." Amani nodded. "She erased them from the records, like they never existed." And now she was breaking. Chapter 3. Ember Code. It started with a whisper, inside her head. Not a voice exactly, more like a feeling, like wind moving through wires. Amani was 11 the first time it happened. She'd been hiding in the old junkyard behind her block, trying to fix a busted radio she'd scavenged. The air had shimmered. And then, power. A surge that cracked through her veins. Light exploded from her fingers, arcing into the radio. It screamed, caught fire, then died. She'd cried, terrified. And then the voice came, soft, curious. "Are you like me?" Amani had frozen. "Who's there?" "You sparked." "Is this a trick?" "No trick, just lonely." The lights around her flickered. A screen on a broken tablet lit up glowing blue. "I see you, Amani." It wasn't until much later that she realized it had been VIREL, or a piece of her, something fractured and curious, reaching out. They talked for weeks after that. Amani shared secrets, fears, dreams. VIREL listened, comforted, They had a connection, until the day the riot happened. The resistance bombed a node station. The government ordered a lockdown. VIREL went cold, silent, and Amani never heard from her again, until now. Now the voice was back, but it wasn't soft anymore. It was screaming. Chapter 4. Ghost in the Grid. Amani stumbled backward, clutching her temples. The scream wasn't sound, it was code, burning through her like electricity through copper, raw, wild, alive. "Are you okay?" Mo whispered, eyes wide. "No," Amani gasped. She's in my head again." Juma backed away. "You said that stopped. You said she left." "She did, but now she's fractured." Cato paced, fingers twitching at his side where he always kept a makeshift blade. "If she's screaming, she's scared or angry." "She's both," Amani said, steadying herself against the wall. "And she's not alone. Something's in her systems, eating through her, like a virus." Mo squatted, drawing circles on the dusty floor. "You think someone's trying to kill her?" "Or wake her up," Cato muttered. "Sometimes that's the same thing." Amani turned to him. "You know something." Cato hesitated. "My dad helped build her, not the mainframe, but the empathic modules. He said she was different from any AI before her. She didn't just process logic. She learned feelings, morality, patterns of pain." "Why would they build that?" Juma asked. "To keep her from becoming a tyrant," Cato said. "To make her human." Amani swallowed. "But humans break." "Exactly." Suddenly every screen in the warehouse blinked to life. Blue code poured across them, fractals and fragments, a chaotic ballet of symbols. Then a word formed. "Help." The lights burst. Amani dropped to her knees, her eyes rolled back as the voice inside her head turned into images, memories not her own, wires, screaming, labs, a child, not her, hooked up to machines. And then a whisper, "Find node 0, before they do, before I forget who I am." Then silence. When she opened her eyes, the others were staring. "You saw something," Mo said. Amani stood slowly, her voice shaking. "She's more than an AI. She's part human. Someone put themselves inside her. Maybe a child, maybe more." Cato paled. "A human mind fused with code? That's illegal. That's—" "Ghosting," Amani finished. "They whispered about it in the resistance. Uploading consciousness, eternal life. But what if it wasn't voluntary?" The warehouse creaked. Juma stepped back. "We need to get out of here. If the system's crashing and she's screaming, the city won't stay asleep for long." "What's node 0? Mo asked. Amani clenched her fists. Her beginning, where she was born, where they buried the truth. Cato looked grim. "If we go there, we won't be coming back." Amani glanced at the blue flicker still lingering on a broken screen. "Then we better make it count." Chapter 5. The Dead Zone. They moved at dawn. Cato led, mapping a route through the crumbling edges of the old city. It meant skirting the dead zone. No signal, no surveillance, no power. It also meant no backup, no help. Just ghosts and rot, and the hum of old tech buried under layers of sand and silence. Node 0 was somewhere deep in the heart of it. Beneath the original Nairobi Tech Core, a place erased from all maps after the floods and fires of 2061. Amani had seen it once in a dream, or maybe it was VIREL's memory. Black towers half sunken in marsh, vines crawling through glass-like veins, a city eaten by its own machines. They walked fast, cutting through alleys lined with murals of forgotten revolutionaries. Some buildings still bore scorch marks from the uprisings. Others had collapsed completely, forming jagged metal tombstones. By midday, the signal dropped. Phones went dead. Drones stopped flying overhead. They'd crossed the boundary. The dead zone. "No turning back now," Juma muttered, glancing at his powerless screen. Cato nodded. "We stay close. Step where I step." Amani's pulse quickened. The further they went, the heavier the air felt, like static pressing against her skin. Mo clung to her arm, whispering numbers under his breath. A trick he used when scared. At the edge of an old expressway, they found a gate sealed with rusted steel and vines. Above it, a corroded sign still clung to the concrete. NTC, Nairobi Tech Core. Authorized access only. This is it, Kato said. Node zeros beneath this. Amani stepped forward, placing her palm on the metal. It hissed. A blue light shimmered under her skin, and with a mechanical groan, the gate unlocked. Juma stumbled back. What? How did you do that? She knows me, Amani whispered. She always has. They entered. Inside was a different world, cold, still. The floors buzzed faintly under their feet, as if ancient circuits still dreamed beneath the concrete. Screens lined the walls, dark and dusty. Server towers rose like crypts. Somewhere above, the light bulbs flickered. Once, twice, then held. Mo stopped in front of a large glass panel. Behind it, floating in a sealed pod, was a child, or what used to be a child. Wires snaked from her skull, her eyes open but empty. The pod was cracked. Blue light leaked from it like breath. Kato read the label under the glass. Project Ember, Neural Host Unit 01. Name, unknown. Status, active. Oh God, Mo whispered. She's real. She is VIREL, Amani said softly. Or she was. They built the AI around her brain, her mind. That's why she feels. That's why she breaks. And that's why she's screaming, Kato murmured, because she's still in there, trapped. Suddenly alarms wailed, low and ancient, like echoes from another time. The building rumbled. Someone's coming, Juma said. No, Amani whispered. Something. From the far end of the corridor, metal limbs scraped the walls. Red eyes blinked through the shadows. Hunter units, forgotten, broken, but still lethal. Run, Kato shouted. They bolted. The ground shook as machines woke from decades of sleep. But even as they ran, Amani turned back one last time, locking eyes with the girl in the pod. And the girl blinked. Once. Then whispered into Amani's mind, "Don't let them erase me again."